Okay, so welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, guys. It is time for my, I'm going to use this word, my final video on the Sharpshooter Jack coming out this Friday, the 19th of January, 2024 at 2 p.m. Eastern at dealers. The dealer list will be below. This is the Sharpshooter Jack re-release. Love this artwork from Gonzo. So stinking cool. Now, let's go ahead. Let's open this guy up. So this is a gun stock pattern. And as I said, it is a re-release. But this guy, there are 5 versions. They will all be $300 on dealer sites. And this is a re-release of the original Sharpshooter Jack. So we're going to go over the changes. We're going to kind of talk about the variants, which, we can go ahead and put a second one out there while we're at it. And so this is a second variant of the new one, which is actually part of my 15K giveaway. And so, by the way, guys, I forgot to say, this is the Knives Fast channel, so make sure you're subscribed and that you like and comment and all that good stuff. Now, let's move a few things so we don't have any focus issues. So, let's go over the changes, and then we'll talk about the variants and, some other notes. So, the first one, as you can see, was in the OD Green Micarta. This is the very first Jack Wolf that was released. It's an M390. It is in titanium. It has a short bolster with a single whatever the word is, flute, thank you. It has a nail nick. So the big difference here is obviously you have a long pull rather than a nail nick. You have triple flutes on the bolster. And what he looks like he did, in my opinion, is basically make it long enough to house the second two flutes there. And that is what made it longer, which is super cool. You can see it's got a bigger sharpening choil, which gives you more blade life. And then, just a really cool. Now, the big difference is this is S90V versus M390. And then, as you can see, Ben has gone into some more, I guess you would say, bougie handle materials. We have Arctic Storm Fat Carbon, and we have DLC coating, which he didn't do until, a few months ago. DLC coated blade, DLC coated screws and bolsters, and then your back spring is also coated, but you have that beautiful, still hand finishing that makes everything so stinking great on these. Now, I will say on the first one, the spring was good and snappy, and at the time we were all just like, wow, this is perfect. And the difference, I guess you would say, is not necessarily that the spring is more snappy, it's that the pull is now harder. Now, what I like about a lot of Ben's clip points, and especially this one, very pinchable, okay? But this one had maybe a 5.5, maybe 6.5, somewhere in there, pull on it. This one, super snappy, as you can see, and definitely has a pull closer to 6.5. I would say this is probably 5.5 to 6, and this is closer to 6.5, maybe even 7. And so that's what I would call it. Super snappy. Let's shut up and let you hear the walk and talk. Very nice. And guys, the long pull is crisp enough that you get when you're pinching, you get plenty of grip on that to pinch it out. It is super. That's the way I prefer to do it. I don't like to dig my thumbnail in because I don't really have a thumbnail to speak of. Now, ergonomics, I've said from the get-go that the Sharpshooter or the gun stock pattern, you get 2 fingers here, 2 fingers here, and now what's happened is you get a little bit thicker, and of course you have contoured handles like you always do. Love this cover material, the blue, of course, my favorite. Ben didn't even need to ask me. Nice landing spot, good confidence in that blade staying in place, and just a good 4-finger grip. Now, the second variation, man, I've been cutting with these. By the way, still nice, thin, hollow grind, but it feels like maybe, it's not quite as thin. It's a little more robust on the blade. but it's still a very thin hollow grind. It cuts magnificently. Now, the second variation we have in is with the belt satin here and the dark matter glow. Let's see if we can get this charged up for you guys. We'll turn this light off. Now, this one has the gray titanium. You know what it is, guys. I'm a lunatic. I always say things wrong. The gray titanium. And let's see. So this one will glow when charged. As you can see, it doesn't last. It lasts in the dark. So when you're in a situation like this where it's not super dark, it doesn't last nearly as long. I'm trying to shield the light. There you go. You can see it. Very, very cool. So that's one of the variants. Now that one, like I said, is in my 15K giveaway, but that may have either closed by now or be closing if you didn't see it. So we're not really promoting that here because it's probably closed by the time you see this video. But these are dropping, not this one, but these two are dropping on Friday. Well, you know what? Let's put this back out here. We're going to do some comparison stuff going on. Dropping Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern at dealers. There is the locking version, the gunslinger jack. You can see. Let's put these two together so that you can see the Arctic Storm gorgeousness there. Very, very nice. Now you can see I'm carrying this one in my original Northwoods leather slip that I had for my original Sharpshooter, but I'm carrying that one in it because, hey, it's blue and we've got blue leather. So very cool. Now, we'll do our other crazy comparisons as well. You're going to see that it's way smaller than the Ontario Rat 1, and it's actually going to be a little bit smaller than the Rat 2, but not by much. So there's those, and just a really, really sweet knife. I've got so many knives open on this table right now. It is not funny. All right, tell you what, I want to cut just for a second, and then we will do your specs and that kind of thing and tell you the other three versions. So it is very thin and slicey, if I can actually not screw up. See, what happens is I get in these situations where I turn the blade a little bit, and then it looks like the thing doesn't cut. But it definitely is nice and thin and slicey. I was cutting a bunch with it the other day. I cut a bunch of paper and a little bit of everything. It definitely cuts really well. All right, I'm going to wipe this one off real quick just to get some of that funk off the blade so it looks better for you. And then we're going to talk about, as a matter of fact, I've got fingerprints all over this one as well. So we'll wipe that real quick. All right, so let's talk about the 5 versions, and let's talk about price. $299. Again, you have this blue Arctic Storm Fat Carbon with the DLC coated blade and bolsters and hardware and everything. You have the Dark Matter Glow with the belt satin. They're all $300. Now the two, some of the other versions, you've got the Snowfire with the hand satin blade. That's Snowfire with the red and white. Is gorgeous. And then you have a reverse tux, guys. This is the sleeper of this run. It is bead blasted titanium or stonewash, I'm not sure. And then black back spring, black hardware, black blade. And then you've got Dark Matter Glow, which is the one you saw. And then you've got that's it. That's all 5. Wait, nope, I didn't talk about the Jig Titanium. That's it. So you've also got the Plain Jane Jig Titanium. So those are the 5 versions. Again, real quick, let's give you the gun stock pattern, of course, closed link 3.74, blade length 2.91, cutting edge of 2.53, blade stock 0.12 or 3 millimeter, 60 to 61 on the S90V. And the weight is 2.6 ounces. So really stinking cool, guys. The Jack Wolf knives, Sharpshooter Jack re-release. Check these out at dealers. I will have a link below to Jack Wolf's site just so you can see specs and everything. And I will have a link below to the dealers. And then, of course, you can use some of the dealers that I'm associated with, but there will be no discounts on this. TPK, you can use my link down below, and that will help the channel. White Mountain Knives, Smoky Mountain Knife Works, any of those will have them, but definitely check out below for full details and links. So very, very cool. Ben, thanks for sending this along. Like you do, man. Thanks for coming on the live stream. Thanks for donating this one for the giveaway. And guys, I hope you enjoyed checking out the Jack Wolf Sharpshooter Jack re-release. By the way, I forgot to say, they come with the standard slip. This is one I had made, so they will come with one of these. Look at my unboxing, and you'll see everything that comes with the knife. So, guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thank you so much for your support and for watching the Knives Fast channel.